Hi, this is Sweet June. How's everybody doing today? Today is Saturday. I hope you guys are having a blessed weekend so far. Um, Today just turned 53 years young. Of course, I don't celebrate my birthday, but I just thank Jehovah God for blessing me to live another year. With everything going on with the coronavirus and a lot of people losing their lives, it's a blessing to still be alive, to see another year of life. And it's definitely a blessing to be over 50. I know a lot of people, I know that a lot of people that did not make it over 50. So I feel extremely blessed to have made it this past this milestone. So it's a blessing. And I thank Jehovah God for just blessing me to live another year. And it's just beautiful to be alive. Life is really beautiful. I mean, even though we have trials and tribulations, and I've had a pretty rough. I'm gonna keep it 100. I've had a pretty rough life up till now. I mean, my life hasn't been easy. It really hasn't. I mean, I've had a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of struggles, but at the end of the day, I thank Jehovah God for blessing me to giving me that endurance, helping me to endure all the struggles and the trials and the tribulations. And that's a blessing within itself. If you've gotten to a certain age and if you've been through a lot, you've had a lot of trials and tribulations, but you're still here. That means Jehovah God helped you to endure it. So I just thank Jehovah God for helping me to endure all the struggles and all the trials and tribulations, um, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm healthy, and I'm alive, and blessed to see another year of life, and hopefully I'll be blessed to see many, many more. So I just want to get that out and get that said. And I just feel extremely grateful to be alive. Um, but a sister got up. They got me on another. My job has me on another stretch. I'm on an 8-day stretch. Wasn't that nice of them to do that? Wasn't that nice of them to put me on an 8-day stretch? You guys know I'm not happy about that. However, I came home this morning, went just grabbed at the store, came home, went to bed, took my nap, got up. Then I realized, while I'm fixing my brunch, I might as well get my dinner out the way. So I got up, fixed my brunch, fixed my dinner. My dinner's all fixed, and it's not even 3 o'clock in the afternoon yet. So got my little cleaning done. So now I can chill out for the rest of the day. So now they got to get a new system going. So with that being said, enough talk about me. Um, I don't. When I do reaction videos, I try to keep it positive. I try not to. I try to give a little bit of constructive criticism, and maybe be a fine witness in the process. But I don't. I'm not about negativity. You guys, if you guys follow me and you watch my channel on a regular basis, I am not about that negativity, and I'm not about the negative. I'm all about keeping everything positive, and I'm not messy, like some of these other people on here. I can't be like that. It's not loving, and I can't be. I just can't be that way. Plus, Jehovah and Jesus watching, so. And I just don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me. I'm not that kind of person. I don't call myself Sweet June for nothing. So I just don't have it in me to be like that. But I wanna come on here and give the three mommies that people love to talk about here on YouTube. They're pretty famous. People have pretty much made them famous because a lot of people like to talk about them. Strong Mommy Chrissy, Jazz, and Liv's life. I would like to come on here and give them some words of encouragement. This video is, I want to give all three. I know all three are going through their own unique struggles right now. So I like to come on here and just give them some words of encouragement coming from an older woman that has been a single mother, was a single mother for many years, even though I don't have as many children as they did. I only had two, but it was still a struggle. I mean, even if you have one, I had one child for 10 years, and that was my oldest because there's 10 years between him and my youngest. And it was, even when I just had one, it was rough, to believe it or not. When I just had my oldest son, it was, especially when you have a child and you're not really financially ready and you have to struggle, it's hard. It's rough. So, being a single mother is hard, whether you have one or however many children you have. It is a struggle, and it's very hard. It's extremely hard. And so my heart goes out to all three moms. You know, as I've stated in other videos, I'm Team Mom. And so I would like to offer those three young ladies some words of encouragement, give them some words of advice, because I noticed that all three of them are going through all three of them are going through their own unique struggles right now. So I'm going to go into talking about each one, and addressing each one, and giving some positive words of encouragement to these young ladies. Strong Mommy Chrissy, I think I probably watch her more than any of the three moms. I think I watch her the most. um, um, yeah, I really admire Strong Mommy Chrissy. She has 9 children, and I don't know how she does it. It was hard when I was raising two. It was rough. You know, when I was raising 2 children, it was rough. I couldn't imagine having that many, being a single mom. I just, sometimes it's hard for me to wrap my mind around it. I'm like, how in the heck does she do it with all those kids? Because I struggled with two, and they were 10 years apart. So I just don't. That's why I guess I'm so fascinated by these moms, you know, these people that have these multiple children. I'm kind of fascinated because it just amazes me how they take care of them and how they do it. And so she's a full-time YouTuber, and plus, in addition to being a single mom. And I noticed that right now, the other day she put on a video, she did a stream saying she was thinking about leaving YouTube for a while because she's struggling trying to get content on and edit and trying to homeschool. Right now we're going in the midst of a pandemic, and mothers have to homeschool their kids. I'm glad that didn't happen while I was raising my kids, because I can't even begin to imagine what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. So, I mean, I thank God that didn't happen when my kids were coming up. Thank God dodged a bullet on that. My son graduated, youngest son graduated a couple of years ago, so God forbid. I don't think he would have gotten graduated if this had happened a couple of years ago. I just don't think he would have had the discipline to do his work at home, you know. But so that's a struggle. That is a struggle. Um, that is a very unique struggle that a lot of mothers have to go through right now, trying to homeschool their children. I know some cities are deciding to open schools back up. My city has opened schools back up for the younger children, but not for the older. I don't know, that make sense. Um, but some parents, they said the parents can opt to not take their children, send their children back. So that's each individual parent's decision on whether they should send their children. I personally don't think they should open schools back up, because we still are in the midst of a pandemic. People are still getting sick. People are still dying. But they're kind of leaving it up to the parents of whether they want to send their children to school. Young children, it's hard. I used to work with young children. It's hard to get them to It's hard to get them to understand social distancing and keeping a mask on their face. So that's going to be a challenge for the young children. They're trying to get them to, But a lot of mothers are struggling. A lot of mothers are struggling right now, trying to balance work, and homeschooling the children. And I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. And it's got to be really hard. And so Strong Mommy Chrissy is struggling with trying to work. She's a full-time YouTuber, manage her household, um, take care of the children. Plus, she has to educate them and homeschool them. So that is a very, very unique challenge, and she's overwhelmed, which is understandable. That's understandable for her to be overwhelmed. Um, and people say, well, she shouldn't have had that many kids. Well, keep on hollering that. It's not gonna. change anything. They're already here now. I mean, I don't know why people feel the need to keep hollering that. I mean, the children are here now, so that's neither here or there. So I mean, but my words of advice to strong mommy Chrissy is, to all of the mothers, lean on God more, lean on Jehovah God more, ask it, pray. That's I believe in the power of prayer. Pray and ask Him to help you to give you the strength, to endure and help teach your children and all that. Maybe put them on a schedule. Maybe she can have some type of schedule, um, to where they, do certain things at certain times, um, um, and if she's able to get some help. I know she mentioned having an assistant. Well, if the assistant can, watch the children or maybe read to them or something, keep them engaged for a couple of hours. That gives you the opportunity to go do laundry, do a stream, or do a cook, or do whatever it is that you do around the house. So use that assistant, utilize her. Let her keep the children engaged. She can read to them. Maybe the younger children, give them some activities, toys and stuff, and give the older children, activities and things to do. And maybe they have their tablet or whatever they can do is get on that, get on that. And then just have her focus on the children for a couple hours while you go and do your stream or editing or cooking or whatever it is that you do. That would be my advice. And so just utilize that time. If you have that assistant, utilize her and have her. That gives you the opportunity to go do what you need to do, while. And then when you come back, then you can get re-engaged with your children and do whatever it is that you have to do with them. And try to schedule a bedtime, for your children. You know, um, I had my children when my children were in school. They had set bedtimes where they had to be in the bed. Where on the weekends I would let them stay up. Summertime I would kind of let them stay up. Whenever they wasn't in school, I would let them stay up. But on school nights they had to be in bed at a certain time. They had to be in the bed no later than 10 o'clock on school nights. So when they were really young, it was like 9 o'clock. They had longer, no later than that. So if you're homeschooling them and they still have to get up to be on the computer or whatever, set that bedtime. Set a bedtime where they have to be in the bed at 9 or whatever. Even the little ones. Then that way, when they go to bed, you have your mommy time, and you can go and do your streaming or your blogging or your editing or whatever it is you need to do for the channel. While they're sleeping, and then you get your little winks in. Um, you know what I mean? So just kind of put them on a schedule. I don't know what it's like to have that many children, but I think I did used to work in daycare, so I know a little something. And I know that keeping children engaged is very important, especially little small children, real small children. I find that I learned when I worked at the daycare is keeping them engaged. Keeping them engaged. When you keep them engaged and doing something, constantly doing something, then that makes things run a little bit more smoothly. It's particularly, and even the older children, I mean, the older children probably have their tablets and things like that. And so they can kind of go off and do that. But the younger children is just very important to just keep them engaged, because when you don't keep them engaged, then they kind of wild out. That's my advice to strong mommy Chrissy. To Jazz, to my Jazzy life. I know that you're dealing with some depression issues. She said that she's dealing with some depression issues and she's been on meds. People want to sit up there and talk about her and criticize her. I don't think that's right. Mental health issues are very serious. It's not unique to, I mean, it's very common for single mothers to suffer from depression on and off. I did a lot. I still do off and on. It's very, very common for single mothers to suffer depression. And some single mothers don't have the tools, or don't get the help that they need. I admire you, Jazzy. I admire Jazz because Jazz went and got help. She went went to talk to a doctor. She went and got help. There's so many young black mothers that don't do that. And then they snap and then they do something crazy. I really admire Jazz for doing that. I really admire Jazz for going to get the help. She went to the doctor. She went and got help. He talked to her. She got therapy. He gave her some medication. People want to talk about her. That's not nice. That's not okay. Because I admire her for that. I admire her for going to get the help that she needs. But so I know that I know that Jazzy is dealing with some depression and things like that. And that can be really even more of a challenge to take care of your kids when you're dealing with mental health issues. And she's dealing with twins, and I know it can't be easy taking care of twins. I know it's got to be very difficult. One baby is hard enough. One baby is hard. And then you got two of them, and they're in the terrible two stage. That's rough. And so, I liked it a while back. She was showing a video where she had put them on the schedule, and the other day she was like, "Well, I'm having a bad." She did a stream, and she's like, well, "I'm having a bad day today," and so you as a single mother, you're gonna have a lot of bad days to where you just can't get it together. I mean, even these mothers out here talking junk, they have days like that too. It's just not on YouTube. So, my advice to Jazzy, like I said, my advice to all the mothers across the board is talk to God. Do a lot of praying, asking God to come in and help you. I know there was a lot of days I prayed and I asked God to help me, and He did. I think, Jazz, you're doing a great job. But yeah, get them on a schedule. Try to keep them on a schedule. The little young ones, the little 2-year-olds, keep them engaged. Try to keep them engaged in something. You said the little boy, what's his name? I can't think of his name. The little boy, she said he likes to read. She found out the other day that he likes books. That's good. Find some books that he is interested in. Give them to him. Let him sit and read. You read with him, and then find what the little girl likes too, and just that's important with children that young, is keeping them engaged and stuff like that. And I know that she doesn't have the help. She doesn't have a whole lot of help, and she's kind of doing things on her own. So that's rough. And like I said, I recommend setting a set bedtime, nap time. Set a time for them to lay down for a nap. When they lay down for a nap, you got time to either take one yourself, straighten up the house, cook meals, or do your editing or whatever it is you're going to do. So that's a little time for you to do what you got to do. And then, set their bedtime, and then you can go do stuff too while they're in the bed. So just try to stick to the schedule as much as possible. Because I found that in the video when you were doing that was working. So try to stick to that schedule as much as you can. That's good. And I know you're going to have bad days, babe, but when you have those bad days, go ahead and pray. Go ahead and pray. The power of prayer is very powerful. Call out to God. That's what He wants you to do. And He will help you. And my advice to live life, I don't want this video to go too long. My advice to live life is, live. I know you going through a divorce right now. She's going through a divorce right now, or a separation / I don't know if it's divorce or a separation, and the father of the children is not in the home right now. And so she's dealing with, being a single mom and doing things on her own. That's not easy, especially when you're used to having someone there. When you're used to having somebody there, and then Gerard, that's his name. When you're used to having someone there and they're not there, it could be very difficult. With trying to do everything on your own. I noticed that she has a mom there now, so that's good. Her mom is there, is helping her. Like I told her, to advice to give the other two, pray, ask Jehovah God to help you. You're doing a great job. And once again, like I said with the other two, structure, keep them on a schedule, keep them engaged. Particularly the little ones. Keep them engaged. That's so important with young children. Is keeping them engaged, and try to keep them on a schedule. And try to get that mommy time. That's my advice across the board to all the mothers. Try to lay them down for a nap. Give them some activities to do, or set their bedtime. That way you can get that much needed mommy time that you need. And if you got somebody to watch the children, that's this to all the moms across the board. If you have someone that can watch them for a couple of hours while you maybe go out and you get some Starbucks or whatever, or maybe go to the park and just sit down and just collect your thoughts. You know, if you have that if you have that opportunity, go ahead and take it. Go ahead and utilize that person so you can do that. That gives you time to woo-sigh and get yourself together. So I know being a single mother is very, very, very challenging. Like I said, I did it for many years myself. My heart goes out to these young moms. I'm team mom, and I just, I'm rooting for them. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing on here, putting them down and criticizing them. You know, I'm giving words of encouragement and give them good words of wisdom and advice and fine witness. So hit me up in the comment section if you watch Jazz, Liv, and Chrissy. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that share button, and hit that notification bell so every time I do a video, you will be notified. I really need help getting up to that 1,000 subscribe mark so I can begin to monetize my channel again. So until the next video, I'm getting ready to go chill out for the rest of the day, relax. And so until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet Jazz.